What up, everybody? Welcome back once again to the Real Nerdy Review. If you're new to my YouTube channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. So, I wanted to take this time right now to talk about James Gunn because he made some interesting comments, I believe, 2 or 3 days ago whenever he made this comment, and he talked about the lineup for the DCU that we are getting next year. So, as y'all know, the first thing to come out of the DCU is Creature Commandos, which drops later on this year. I did do a trailer reaction. It is up. If you want to check it out, I will post the link in this video as well. But the lineup, I believe James Gunn said, y'all can fact check me if I'm wrong here. He said that unless the movies have a full script ready to go, then the movies will not be released. So basically, just because we have a lineup, that doesn't mean that every single movie or possibly every single TV show is going to be released. And honestly, I'm okay with that, but a little nervous at the same time because it does make me think, if that lineup is plan A, then what movie or TV show to come behind it is plan B? And I'm thinking, like, he has to have a folder of movies or something in his pocket somewhere so that in case a movie or a TV show falls through, he has something else to put in its place. And I know that, he worked with Marvel and stuff like that. And obviously, with the way Warner Brothers is cash strapped because of them being in debt, they can't afford to just spend endless cash on movies. They have to be smart. James Gunn has to be selective. And that's the smart thing to do. And I think Marvel could learn a thing or two about the way James Gunn is doing things. He's taking his time. He's not releasing anything until he has a full script. And, he's trying to minimize having to go back and do reshoots. And that's a lot of stuff that Marvel has been stuck doing for years now. It seems like they just do everything by the seat of their pants, and then boom. If, this doesn't work, they got to pivot to a new direction. Where James Gunn is taking his time with this new DCU, which I think is the best thing, because obviously you see what happened with the last regime that ran the DCU, and things didn't turn out very good. So now here we are with this new one. And so I honestly believe that, unless James Gunn has a script, instead of kind of doing the whole Marvel thing where they're just going to keep pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing it back until they probably have to drop it because there's no clear direction, I think dropping it from the get-go, if James Gunn and his team does not have a full script, is the best way to go. I also feel like, whatever else he could possibly drop in place of what he's replacing, it might be a better thing than the current lineup, because there's a lot of, I can't really pronounce it, there's a lot of different things here that James Gunn has going on that some fans are feeling and some fans are not. You got this Creature Commandos animated cartoon, you got the Wallace TV show, you got Booster Gold, Superman, I believe Swamp Thing, you got the prequel to Wonder Woman. So there's a lot of different things here. And I know a lot of fans probably want to have a universe where everything is connected. And I believe all this will be as far as live action stuff. But, it's going to be kind of set in its own thing. It's going to be its own world. And that's the other thing that I like about this as well, is that you're not going to have the TV shows and the movies all feel like they're all set in the same city. They're all going to be taking place in different cities. And, the more I think about it, the more I'm trying to have faith in what James Gunn is doing. Now, the Superman movie is the biggest thing that's going to be starting the DCU. Obviously, Creature Commandos is an animated project, but that Superman movie is going to be where the DCU officially starts for me, because it is live action, and it's going to be sink or swim. And James Gunn cannot be mad at anybody else but himself if this movie does not turn out to be great, if he doesn't knock it out the park, because word of mouth is really going to make this movie. There's a lot of people that watch a lot of these YouTubers, such as myself, and even though somebody may say they may not like it, it doesn't mean that the fans won't like it, but it does mean that word of mouth is very, very important. So James Gunn has to make sure he checked off all the boxes. And I hope that him and Peter Safran really took their time with this lineup and really tried to see where the dots will connect, because having the universe that we have with the DCEU, where everything was dropping, but it wasn't really connected. It was kind of doing its own thing. Really didn't fit. And there's some people that did like that kind of direction, saying that not everything had to fit. And that is true. Not every single movie has to have something to do with another character's movie. But in the grand scheme of things, we know we all want to see a Superman in the Justice League versus Darkseid or Brainiac or whatever intergalactic villain that we can get in these movies. That's what I want to see. So I'm trying to have faith in James Gunn that he knows what he's doing. I did watch somebody else's video today that was talking about the Creature Commandos animated property, and I gotta be honest with y'all, it has some interesting moments, but for the most part, I'm not super sold on the movie. The TV show, and it's gonna take a lot of convincing. Well, I'll watch it possibly just to cover it and give y'all my 1-2 on it, but it's gonna take a lot of convincing. And I know that James Gunn did come out and have a lot of promising things to say about David Corenswet. And quite honestly, that all sounds good because he is the handpicked actor of James Gunn. But I am not buying officially what he's selling. I just kind of sample it and go from there. I do want to wait until if we see get a trailer, which I know he said is coming soon, but not soon enough. So it's kind of like maybe December. Who knows? Maybe the Super Bowl. So it may be coming soon, but it may not just be here, within like another month or something like that. You know what I mean? So if it hits at the Super Bowl, I can understand because that is the biggest thing that everybody's watching. All eyes are going to be on TV, and it's only going to bring more eyes on the television to have that Superman trailer, which I know is going to completely shut down the internet, and I hope it's drops at a time that I'm available to do a reaction to it, because I definitely will do a reaction to it. But again, this video is about James Gunn and his lineup for the DCU. And like he said, if he doesn't have a full script done, then he will not be releasing it. I do know that Warner Brothers, at least from what I'm looking at it, is counting on them, the DC universe, to bring back Warner Brothers. I feels like that's what David Zaslav is writing on, to kind of bring back the DCU, to bring back, Warner Brothers. They're counting on the DCU to bring back Warner Brothers because obviously they cash strapped. But I feel like even if they had the money to spend, there should be a budget instead of endless spending on these superhero movies. That is another thing I think James Gunn could really take away from Marvel and a lot of these other properties, is don't go with this endless spending of, $150 to $250 million, and then the movie bombs at the box office, and then y'all don't have y'all money. Take your time, spend the right amount of money, whether it's on marketing, bringing in actors, and I think he's done a great job of kind of bringing in some unknown to middle name actors, because obviously with big name actors, you're going to have to spend a shitload of money, and he obviously wants to take his time. So I do want to know y'all thoughts on the lineup of the DCU, and how do y'all feel about what James Gunn had to say about if we're not getting a complete script, then that means that project is not coming out, and obviously he'll have to go in a different direction. I do want to know y'all thoughts on all that, and I know that there's the New York Comic-Con going on right now. What do y'all think of the Creature Commandos trailer? What do y'all think of everything going on with the DC side of things? Post those comments down below, and I'll catch you on the next video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Help me reach my goal of 4,000 watch time hours going into 2025 and 2,000 subscribers, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.